First thing that comes to my mind when I hear the journey of food is thinking about how the food bank secures that food, brings it in, and then gets it out to clients who really need food assistance. Something like 6 billion pounds of produce goes to waste in our country every year. And so as a food bank, we're able to reap as much of that food as we possibly can. Last year, we provided access to 156 million nutritious meals, with emphasis on nutritious. We serve 18 counties in the Houston area. Our impact is really significant, and we see that only increasing as we go forward with helping fight hunger in our community. My name is Amy Ragan, and I am the Chief Development Officer for the Houston Food Bank. I'm responsible for all of our fundraising, marketing, communications, and corporate volunteerism. I guess I need to go back to thinking about the food that's grown in the fields. We really focus on produce, and so we pay the farmers to pick, pack, and ship it, and we bring it into our facility where we work it, sort it out, and then get it distributed out to our partners. Our outreach includes schools and health clinics, community colleges, food pantries, shelters, the whole gamut. Here in our facility, we have a high-volume meal production kitchen where we produce about 6,000 meals a day. These are hot meals that are prepared and stored and then distributed to children in after-school enrichment programs. Often for these children, it is the third hot meal of the day that they will get. Otherwise, without that meal, they wouldn't have anything to eat in the evenings. On average, I would say we probably receive around 160 million pounds of food annually. And again, we bring in these pounds of food come from farmers, manufacturers, grocers. We're really focused on produce. It's the hardest thing to get into the hunger relief system, and families who want and need to eat well, that's the biggest thing they need is produce, and then of course fresh meat. But there's still the need for non-perishable items, so soups and canned peanut butter and canned meats. Items like that are also in demand. Most of the people who seek food assistance have some food in their homes already. And so a lot of what we can provide them with is supplements what they have. So that can also include pastas, that can include granola bars. It can really include a lot of things that the families need. When people come here, we're always saying, if you had a great experience, please tell your friends about us, come out and volunteer. But we certainly use our website and our social media to promote various theme nights that we have for volunteers, shifts that we need extra people to come and volunteer for. We can't do what we do without volunteers. They're absolutely critical. The Houston community can also hold food drives. We have a list of most needed items on our website, and they can print that off and collect food items and bring those back to the Houston Food Bank's main facility, or even drop them off at one of our partners in their neighborhood. Financial donations are always appreciated. For every $1 donated to the Houston Food Bank, we can provide 3 meals. Any amount of a donation really goes a long way in our supporting those who are in need in our community. One of our most popular rooms to volunteer in is our carousel room. Our CEO is nothing if not efficient, and a box carrier system is far more efficient in sorting product than a belt system, which is what you'll see at other food banks. Volunteers can come in there. We train them to first sanitize the donated product and then inspect it to make sure it isn't overly dented or that a box isn't torn where it's exposing the food. And once the volunteers have determined that it's safe, they'll put it into a category. Based on that, it's either non-food or canned goods or what have you. When a gray bin is full, they'll just turn around and put that bin on a box carrier. It will then go to the far side of the room where that product will be taken out of the gray bin and put in a corresponding banana box with the same label. And once that box is full, we put it on the box carrier system where it goes into our warehouse and is inventoried for distribution to our partners. We can hold 250 people in the carousel room, 150 people, 25 people. We can do a tractor tray load of product sorting in a morning. So it's a really great space for our for volunteers. Crossing over to the prep room, this is where we do a lot of our bulk sorting. So this would be bulk rice, where we'll have these huge 2-ton totes of rice, and volunteers will put that into 2-pound bags. We can do bulk cereals, bulk vegetables. We do a variety of bulk foods in there. It's a totally clean room. Moving on to the repack room, this is where, unlike in the carousel room where we're putting food into categories, in the repack room, we're actually putting together a mix of items. And so that's where we'll build a bag of food for the Backpack Buddy program. So again, it's a mix of items, or a disaster box, a senior box. So it's got, all kinds of different items in there that they can use. Moving on to the warehouse, it's 100,000 square feet. We turn the warehouse about 12 or 13 times a year. There's a lot of product because we do get a lot of non-food items. That tends to turn more slowly. Moving down the tunnel, as we head towards the coolers and freezers, you'll see foods like bananas, onions, carrots, those types of items. Moving into the 45-degree cooler, you'll find more sensitive fruits. So you're gonna find berries and tomatoes and different items like that. We get the produce for 2 reasons. As I mentioned, 3 billion pounds of produce is grown but not harvested. Another 3 billion pounds is harvested but not sold. So we work with the farmers, raise funds to pick, pack, and ship that produce to us so we can distribute it out. But we also get what is called grade 2 produce. And this is the produce that's rejected by the grocery stores because perhaps it's too small, or it's a crooked carrot, or it's a bruised vegetable, whatever have you, but it's still perfectly good. It's just a little ugly. And so we train our partners to understand that the produce is very good. So that's the other kind of produce that we have in our coolers. If you walk into our freezer, it's minus 10 degrees below. And this is where we will store the hundreds of thousands of pounds of meat that we pick up. It's generally short dated, but frozen on the sell-by date. And that's where we'll store that until we can distribute it out to our partners as well. Moving on to our transportation area and our dock area. We have over 100 vehicles in our fleet, everything from our semi-tractor trailers to our bobtails, pickup trucks, box trucks, and even vans. So transportation, we work generally 6 days a week, almost 24 hours a day. We have the night crews that load the trucks so that it's ready in the morning for the drivers to pull out at 6 a.m. That brings me into the lobby area, which is deliberately big so that we can get volunteers in, trained, and into their project areas as quickly as possible. I say come out and volunteer. It's fun, it's a great experience. What I think is really good is the satisfaction of knowing that you've worked this product and it's going to go out and feed somebody. We are always looking for, if classes want to do some special projects and they want to see if there's a project they could possibly do for the Houston Food Bank, that's another great way to give back. Spread the word, hold a food drive, just come out and see what we're all about.